Welcome to Not Like This. Not Like This. From professional wrestling, horror films, and everything in between. Strap in. And now your hosts, Dale Zawada and Jim Snedeker Jr.
I love the part where he does the rap. I don't think it was that violent, but
Rap
it was.
is, you remember Rap is Crap?
Yeah.
Was it Kurt Hennig and Jeff Jarrett? And
Yeah, and that was supposed to get them over as heels, but you're in Atlanta every other week, so they're like, we love these guys.
Like, you're goddamn right, it's crap.
You might as well just say the N-word. I fucking love your hat.
I'm over here in Hotlanta with all these blacks, and I gotta hear that rap all day. I know, it's crap.
They're always here. Oh, here comes Master P. I'll tell you what that P stands for. Piss.
Stands for pretty sure you just committed a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Rap is crap.
That song was real bad.
Rap is crap?
Yeah. Because like rap is crap.
Yeah, it
like,
was bad. It was so terrible.
It's not pleasing for the ears. So, Jim,
that's one way to put it.
You were on our Facebook page today.
Oh, you saw that?
I seen it. And a quick plug for the Facebook page. You got to find the Not Like This Facebook page. I don't know the direct link. It's long and stupid. You'll find it, but get on there because fucking Jim's on there now. Usually it's me promoting a show. Like, hey, we're going to talk about Halloween. Go figures. But fucking Jim was on there getting me hyped because Jim's got hot takes about some things, including Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and I was I posted the other two things, assuming you've watched those things already.
What were those? I forgot. I just remember.
AEW and SmackDown on Fox.
For sure.
Okay, good. I figured you would talk about those, so I threw them on there. But the first topic, though, is I got a hot Ghostbusters take.
Let's get hot.
And I'm not trying to, mislead people into thinking, this is a scoop or it's something about the new movie or the ladies movie or anything like that. I watched the original Ghostbusters movie this weekend with my 4-year-old and my wife. And it was the first time I'd watched it with him. And, it's weirdly rapey, but that's not why I called. I like the second one more, I'm pretty sure.
It's one of those.
Which is hot. That's a hot take.
The first one's better. Second one's probably more entertaining. That's kind of where I land with things.
Yeah, it was just
for me more enjoyable.
I just like the second one better. I think I like the bad guy better. He's scarier. He's not as sort of dopey. It's kind of corny with Rick Moranis running around. But it's a comedy. I get it. And if you want to say the first one is the better movie, I'm not going to argue with you. I like the second one. I used to tell myself the second one's a lot better than people give it credit for, and I really like it. And then I would convince myself, but the first one you like better, Jim. I don't. I like the second one better. I like the bad guys better. I like that there's already history between Venkman and Dana Barrett. I like the baby. I like Janosch. I like Vigo. Winston's already there for the whole movie.
The bookstore's fun. Even though it's half a scene, I fucking love his raise a cult.
I like that they're broke. I like that they're doing birthday parties. I like that Bobby Brown's theme song is fucking badass. Now, Ray Parker Jr. killed it, and that is a great pop song, and it is probably, it's got to be one of the top 5, not score, but like a theme song for a movie. It's got to be top 5. Ghostbusters, it defines the movie. Who you gonna call? How many other Beverly Hills Cop? You hum the theme, the Jan Hammer theme on the keyboard. You don't hum break down, shake down, you busted. Nobody gives a shit about this. I mean, the songs were good, but what I'm saying is Ghostbusters, the theme song is killer. But I like New Jack Swing I like that style of music. And in 89, that whole soundtrack is filled with it. And I just like the whole movie better in every way. And I'm not saying that it's a better movie and here's a list of why. I'm just saying personal preference wise, I like all of these. I'm checking all these boxes like, no, I like this better and this better. And I'm like, okay, Jim, you like the second one more. I'm admitting it right here on the podcast. Is it? Okay. I don't even think the second one might not even be funnier. Maybe that's why I like it more. I don't know.
I don't know if it's a hot take. It's a solid take. I'm sure. I think there's a lot of people who agree with you. I go back. It's one of those flip a fucking coin. It depends on my mood. You know, you can't go wrong with either. It's not like you're saying the first one's a 3 and the second one's a 9. Like, I'm sure. Like, how would you rate them? I assume they're close.
I mean, I would say originality-wise, comedy-wise, the first one's better. But I enjoy the second one more. I think like right. Things
entertainment score, because I want a number on this.
Entertainment. Okay,
yeah, like because Jim is entertained
1 to 5
by the second one. We can go with
do
10.
Let's do a 10.
Okay, let's do 10. Yeah, do 10.
I'm gonna say for me, and now my entertainment score, I have to think about like rewatchability. Like if I sat down right now and Ghostbusters 2 is on, would I be interested? Would I watch it? You know, like would I sit there? Even if it's in the middle of the movie. I'm going to say it's an 8 for me, 9. Like how much I'm entertained by the movie. Mm-hmm. The first one, it's let's say the second one's a 9. The first one's like 7.5.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, they're setting everything up. Yeah. There's the whole beginning part where they work at the college and the university shuts them down, and the special effects look better in the second one.
You get the nice ballroom. The ballroom
scene is great in the first. Look, the first Ghostbusters is a great movie, awesome movie. Watched it a million times.
You know what?
And I just like the second. It could be because I've seen the second one more because I was like 5 when it came out. So then it was on HBO all the time, and then it was on TV all the time. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
You know what Ghostbusters 2 had going for it over 1, and it's super important because it might as well just be the whole story, but it is the villains. Ghostbusters 2, obviously, we've got Vigo. And we have Janosch. We've got some slime, and we're good. Like those 3 things, it's very clear cut. All right, he's a lackey. This guy's he lives in a painting. He was like a warlord monster man. And there's the evil slime feeding off bad energy. Got it. I love this. The first one, not that it was super confusing, but it was a little confusing, especially if you're a kid. God damn. Because you've got the 2 dogs. You have her, the names like who's Zool, and you got keymasters and lock pickers, and you're like, fuck. Yeah, like what's going on?
Does the dog fuck them? Does the dog eat them? They turn into the dog, then they are a dog, and they come out of the charred ashes of the dog. I get what you go. I get the dog part, and it's funny, but like there's part of it for me, and I'm not trying to be this guy. I promise you, I'm not this guy. But in the second movie, it's they even mention it, right? Like, it just didn't work out, you know, Peter Venkman and Dana, which I'm like, that makes sense. Like, how could anything work out with Peter Venkman? And she has this baby with this other guy, and they split up.
That part was always weird. It's like, why are we having like random love child?
I like it. It's like modern movie. You know, like they were together and they, you know, and it just didn't work out, and she's just gonna do her own thing with the baby, you know.
Very progressive.
I like it. And they had a previous relationship, so he's trying to win her back. I'm watching the first movie.
He's a baby face chasing the title.
And
Jason.
he's not really a baby face in the first movie. He like does all this creepy stuff to get into her apartment, and then he like almost does have sex with her when she's Zool. He's like talk himself out of it.
Just for half a sec. Come on.
It's just weird. He like stalks her, and at no point do I blame her for being like, no, you're weird. Get out of here. You're creepy. He's like, I love you. Like, you just met her 20 minutes ago.
Jim's gonna recut Ghostbusters.
I'm not, and I'm not saying,
movie.
and I'm not saying that we need to go back and erase this movie, and it's terrible, but it's certainly not entertaining for me to watch,
I swear
especially
to God, Jim.
compared to the second one.
If I see an article soon where it's like, "Is Ghostbusters?" and blah, I swear, if people go after Ghostbusters like they did that one Christmas song last year, we're like, I don't know, it sounds a little
Maybe it's
date
cold
rapey,
outside.
guys.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
but didn't it?
Yeah, it's yes.
Right. So I'm watching this with my wife, right? And I'm like, oh, you know what? It never really dawned on me as a kid or now how pushy he's being. And like, it's weird. Like, if you did that in real life, it would be weird even in the 80s. And it was just sort of like how movies work. Like, that was, oh, you chase the girl and she's going to say yes one of these times. I'm like, right? We didn't even realize it back then. She's like, I did. And I'm like, oh, is this what it's like being a woman all the time and seeing guys like, hey, have sex with me?
Grab him by the pussy.
She's like, yeah, a little bit. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm telling you, it's an 8. 2 is a 9. Here's the other thing 2 has, and you know how much I love this shit. We talk about it a lot. 2 has, they were on top of the world at the end of 1. They saved the city. The marshmallow blew up. And then 2, it's like, no, these guys are charlatans. They tricked everybody. Fuck these guys. Put them out of business. They had all this unregulated nuclear equipment. How did they get away with this for so long? They don't. They get broken up and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And then
They get truth bombed.
then they get to come back and rise from the ashes, and they got one more fight in them, and they're gonna save New York again, and the whole city rallies behind them, and the Statue of Liberty's marching down the fucking street. How am I gonna not like it more, Dale?
Yep. I'm with you.
In like a lot of, if you go back and look at critics' reviews from back then, it's like we're rehashing the whole thing. It's been 5 long years. Blah. We're doing the same old. Nobody wanted to do it. Bill Murray didn't want to make it, but they made. You got to take it out of the context from back then and just look at it now. Like, yeah, they did everything again, bigger and awesomer. You know, instead of you don't get Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You don't get the Stay Puft, but you get the Statue of Liberty coming to life with pink slime inside of her. And then, you know, you even get Rick Moranis gets to dress up as a Ghostbuster, and he puts it all on, and
Slimer's driving.
yeah, it's fun.
We're having fun.
When you're a kid, when you're 5, 6 years old growing up watching the second one, how are you not going to have it imprinted on your soul as just one of your favorite movies? I love Ghostbusters 2. I love it more than the first one, and I'm saying it right now. Hot take.
Right. There it is. I don't know if I agree. I do like both of them.
It's
and
not
I do
about
flip
agreeing.
that coin every now and then. No,
No,
I
it's
know. I'm
just how
just
I
trying. I'm
feel.
just trying to genuinely think like where do I fall in this? Because we've had the Temple of Doom discussion plenty of times.
Yeah.
Where that one's like I know where I stand on that. This one I'm like, sometimes I do go back and forth. Depends on the mood. The second one's just so fucking enjoyable. Janos Winston and the fucking subway. Yeah, there's really good moments. Whereas the first one can be a little slow. They do things proper. It's a genuine fucking movie for adults. This one, they're having fun for everyone, and they get right to it. Which helps.
And I like that. Like right in the beginning, we kind of know something weird's going on. Whereas in the beginning of the first Ghostbusters, you have to like, okay, there are ghosts in this universe, but then you think about it, like, why though? Haven't there always been ghosts? And then there's just more of them, and then they figure out the building's an antenna for evil spirits. but they didn't seem to be like drawn to her building until they let them all out again after they trapped him. I like that part. The first, I like all of the first one. It's not like I like bits and pieces of it, but the second one, it's like something's messed up right away. What's this fucking river of slime under the city? And it seems hokey and dumb, but like, you can't look. You can't watch the first one and not think that's hokey and dumb. There's fucking ghosts. There's a green slimy ghost eating food in a hotel. You have to sort of
toasters are jumping at you.
That's in part 2.
It's fun shit.
Eggs fry themselves on Dana Barrett's counter in the first one. A toaster dances with pink slime in it. And you can't say that like, oh, come on, pink slime, and enjoy the first one. Ghosts that eat hot dogs? You got to be fair.
That's true.
Not being fair to Flair.
So the original Ghostbusters has been demoted because Peter Venkman is a rapist.
No,
Ghostbusters 2.
Look,
at the top of the mountain.
Don't say that. That's not what I said. He does the right thing and puts her to sleep with a horse tranquilizer and leaves her alone.
Easy, Cosby. He puts her to sleep.
He does. Ray gets a blowjob in his dreams from a ghost.
That one. That's always one with me. It's like, what?
How do I explain that to the kids?
It's so out of left field. Like nothing up to that point has ever really gotten too sexual.
Well,
I mean, even Ray's stuff it's playful. It's inappropriate, but it's playful. I guess this is just like, I'm undoing your pants and you're gonna go cross-eyed because you're coming buckets. It's like, what the fuck movie?
And as a kid, there was like I was a kid and understood what was happening at a certain age, right? But it didn't even click to me until like yesterday or a couple days ago. That's not even a real ghost really doing that. He's just dreaming that because they're fighting ghosts all the time.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right? See, this whole time.
So it was a fantasy. It wasn't even.
Yeah, if you watch it, they're asleep, and then it like goes into his mind, and in his mind, while he's asleep, the ghost does that
thing.
And then he's still asleep, and he like rolls out of bed, asleep, dreaming that that's happening. Right? It's crazy.
Ray's fucked. These characters are fucked up.
And then Janine's trying to bang Egon the whole first movie.
Oh yeah, that's.
And then in the second one, she just settles. What's his name? Tully.
Yeah. What is the movie where he's under the desk while she's working, and then Egon pops up?
The first one.
It's like
that's the
first one.
Yeah.
Okay. He's chowing down. That one, even as a kid, I was like, well, something happened there. I just grew up a little bit.
So my hot take.
Okay.
You can love it. It's a classic. You can argue, and you could make a checklist and show me on paper why the first one's a better movie and point to all these reasons. That's fine. I enjoy the second one more, and I love it more. I've said it.
All right. It's on record. There it goes. So here's my hot take on Ghostbusters. So I have one too, which who knew that would line up?
Not us.
In 2009, that Ghostbusters game came out. Did you ever play that 2009 game?
No, but I heard about it, and I heard it was fun.
Yeah, fun, real solid game. At the time, people were like, "Yeah, this is Ghostbusters 3. Like, we're never gonna get a Ghostbusters 3. This one has the voice actors and everything. Like, this is great."
It did,
and yeah. I know it had Ray. I think Bill Murray might have been in it for like a couple lines. Yeah, I think they had everybody for just like a little bit.
Okay.
Because you're the main character, like like the new guy. So they only need to drop 20 minutes worth of lines at the fucking studio.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But so 2009, I remember playing it. I remember liking it, and ever since I got a PC. PC gaming, I was like, where's that Ghostbusters game at? Can I get some of that? It used to be on Steam, and then because of licensing bullshittery, no longer on Steam.
Right.
And then the news. Ghostbusters remastered coming out in October. And I was so excited. But unfortunately, it was on the Epic store. So the Fortnite store.
Oh.
So I'm like, all right, let's get that launcher. And it came out Friday. I bought it. I installed it. And I was like, I won't be able to play this until Sunday night. And I can't wait. I'm just going to play it until the sun comes up. And I fire it up, 11 p.m. We were done with Overwatch, all this stuff. I got everything that I needed to do done. It was my time down here in this river of slime. And I fire it up and it crashes. I fire it up and it crashes. I restart the computer, I fire it up, it crashes. I do some Googling. This fucking game is crashing on everyone.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, how does this happen? Saber, the publisher, developer, one of the companies involved. It just seems like the biggest scam I've seen. Apparently, it's not even a remastered. It's a straight port with things taken out of it, even maybe. I don't remember. It didn't sound like much of a remaster, and they can't even get it to play. And it's like you check their Twitter, and they're like, we're aware of the crashing. The team is on it. And it's just so fucking unacceptable. I got a refund like right away because I didn't know how Epic Store's refund policy works. I know how Steam's works.
Yeah, and you don't want to take that chance.
And I was like, yeah, maybe down the road I'll try again. But right now, give me the refund. And how dare you? I was looking forward to this for months since I heard about this remastered game coming out. Oh, shame on you. Shame.
What a disappointment. You had me all excited. And then you sort of just gave me what actually happened. And now I'm not excited. I'm sort of bummed.
Sometimes life's like that.
I didn't know this. I mean, I probably knew this at one point because one of my friends, Pat, loves Ghostbusters, and he had this on PS3. I think he bought a PS3 way late in the game just to play Ghostbusters, the video game. Because it's like a soft sequel to 2. It takes place 2 years after 2 happens. And Vigo is in the game. And the original voice actor for Vigo is even in it.
God damn. Are you Googling this? Or
I
do you
wikied
remember
it.
more
No, I
about it?
wikied
Okay,
that
because I don't
shit.
remember any of that. See, now I'm just
You're
even
right.
more pissed.
It was the 4 original Ghostbusters, Annie Potts, and Vigo. All came back to do their voices.
I had no idea Vigo was in there. I think I've talked about it. I get spooked playing these games. Even a Ghostbusters game could be creepy to me when I'm by myself. I'm like, so I probably didn't even beat it. So I don't even think I even got to Vigo. Oh, they need to patch that shit up and give me like half off, you bastards. $24 for a broken ass game.
If Vigo's in it, it's got to be scary.
No Janosch though. Then damn, is he dead? What happens at the end of 2 with him?
Oh, he doesn't die. He hugs Ray.
He was like $1
I
million
love you,
bucks.
and I know that platonic love between 2 grown men. Or maybe I'm conflating that with Wayne's World.
Yeah, I don't remember that line.
They do that in Wayne's World. I love you, man. I love you, man. And then the bad guy in Ghostbusters 2 is in Wayne's World. And he's like, I love you. And I know, and I've learned that platonic love between 2 grown men can something. But yeah, at the end, they hose him down with the positive slime. And Janosch and Ray got hosed with the positive slime. And they're just hugging each other. And I love you, man. They do that thing.
Yeah, I'd see. Will we get any updates on these characters in the new movie?
I honestly still don't believe that it's happening. I think it's just I think it's some sort of money mark scheme. They're like, put Paul Rudd in a video. It'll go viral.
Then just kickstart it right to my bank account if you could.
Yeah, the guy's kid was like, I'm gonna make one. It's coming out next year. He just says a bunch of stuff, and now Paul Rudd's in a video in front of the firehouse, and they're like, I guess it's really happening.
Yeah, they just had a nice little all four actors. Well, not all four, huh? All three actors.
Harold Ramis. Rip.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bummer. I saw what might have been a leak of the story.
Oh no.
And I won't get into it unless you want to get into it. But if it's true, I wouldn't be mad at it. I could see that. I could see
Okay.
story working. So if anyone out there knows what I'm talking about and they read those leaks, yeah, I think it could work if they go that route. Once you heard, they have a Stranger Things kid and another kid, it's like, all right, we got son of somebody or grandson of this, and and I don't know, sounded pretty neat. But although it did sound tone-wise more Ghostbusters 1, didn't sound super fun, to be honest with you. It sounded good. Didn't sound super
I would
fun.
argue that one's a little more fun. It's more comedic. Like the villains are scarier in 2. Like there's more scares in 2, I think, than 1.
Maybe.
No?
I don't know. But I feel the scares in 1 really hit, though. Like the library lady's terrifying, Jesus Christ. Even Slimer's flying down the hallway, even that's supposed to be kind of funny, that's terrifying as well. But the Scolari brothers, they're hilarious.
I gave him the chair.
Yeah, see, it's like more scares, but they're fun scares. Except for the Winston skeletons, that's scary as fuck.
That is scary as fuck. The Scolari brothers too, like brings an element of that almost feels like something out of the cartoon. Like the style of them.
Like an action figure.
Yeah.
Fuck. As long as we are talking about movies and scares.
Oh.
Got some news with Halloween Kills.
Uh-oh. This is news I want to hear?
I don't know how you're going to take this.
Oh, boy.
Here's the headline from movieweb.com. It's a real website. Halloween Kills. Set photos emerge. Is it movieweb.com? It's on there. Set photos emerge. 1978 flashback scene being filmed. Because apparently, in North Carolina, that's where they shoot these fucking ones.
Yep.
Come on and raise
up. Take your shirt off. Wave it around your head. Spin it like a helicopter. North Carolina. Come on. Oh.
The Halloween Kills crew was spotted hard at work, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, with Michael Myers, we see a very clean white mask in these photos that may point to a possible flashback in the film. If proven true, Myers is going to be back to where he first started, which sounds pretty intriguing, blah, blah, blah. So they're on set at the Myers house. He's got a fresh mask. So people right away go, well, flashback, I guess, because the mask that we know is like decrepit. Or you have is there a second mask? Where does he get the second mask? Interesting.
That's an easy way to... Okay, I could see how people would jump to that conclusion. But if you're just giving me the mask is clean and white, I can't...
What's the logic? What's the story there?
I mean,
it's got to be new mask because the
he's
first
been
one
set on fire.
Burned up. Yeah, he was on fire.
He was on fire. That
He's
mask,
really...
the real first mask barely made it through the first 2 movies.
He hit up eBay and was like, Shatner mask.
And you're thinking, well, where would he find a mask? I don't know. Where would you find a mask of a serial killer? Any Halloween store anywhere?
Oh, you think they'll go that route?
I mean...
Get meta?
But, I mean, they did that in 4.
Yeah.
And it sort of made sense. Like, yeah, why wouldn't there be a Michael Myers Halloween mask? There's real John Wayne Gacy costumes. So, I wouldn't... If they were saying, like, people are dressed in 70s clothes, and here's a shot of, the stand-in for Jamie Lee Curtis in 78, type looking, then I'm okay, right? But if they're saying we saw the mask is different, that could mean 100 different things. I guess it could only mean two things. It's a flashback scene, or he just gets a new mask.
And the actor playing Michael Myers on set, it wasn't. It's not Nick Castle. It's a younger guy. So people were saying, well, maybe it's definitely a flashback because they wanted somebody who looked like Nick Castle. Then in '78, they wanted that young bod sort of thing, maybe.
Well, yeah, if it's a
just
young
trying to
dude, that's different. Because like Nick Castle is only in 1 or 2 shots in 2018. It's another guy who's Michael Myers most of the time. But if they're saying it's not that guy, but that guy's still in this movie, then then that makes sense. That points more towards a flashback.
Not. Yeah.
It's not, but do we know? It's got 2. But do we know that guy from the 2018 is back at all?
I think so.
If that's the case, then that's more evidence. Then that makes more sense for me.
It's got two notches in that flashback theory.
This guy's he just wants to reshoot that fucking movie.
He really fucking doesn't he? Couldn't help himself. Oh, more money this time? Yup.
Okay.
So there was this movie in '78 called Halloween. Fuck you.
He's like, now look, we did it your way. It made a lot of money. Now I directed this movie. It's one of the most profitable movies of all time now. It's the #1 grossing slasher movie ever, which, that's not like a scientific. I guess none of them are, though. Like, what's an action movie? What's a drama? But in the slasher subgenre of horror movies, it's the highest grossing of all time, Halloween 2018. So he's like, now give me a little nugget. Let me reshoot some of that first movie that everyone remembers clearly and watches every year, at least.
Now, you've seen the Halloween 2018. You've talked about this shit plenty of times. They're filming outside the Myers house in a flashback scene. What do you think they're filming, Jim?
Well, it could really only be... Oh, it could be a couple of things.
I have one guess, really.
Well, I have 2 guesses, and one of my 2 should be one of your one guess.
Well, let me go first, and
go ahead.
If it does match, you go to the second one. It's got to be post balcony bump, right?
That's one of my guesses. That's the better of the 2 guesses.
Yeah, I'm thinking. All right, you do an exterior. You want to do a flashback because you're a fucking weirdo. But then, so we're gonna watch him get up and then go down the sidewalk, I guess. Like I don't. Why is it?
Or
worth
like
it?
a block and a half over. It's not like
Yeah.
right across the street. And in 2018, the way they describe it, it sounds like he gets shot, falls out there, and they're in the yard. Like those cops are there. They pull up and catch him like right outside that house.
Oh, and our guy from 2018 was that guy was there when we arrested him. We might see him. A young version of him, I guess.
Yeah, you think they'll bust out the Ant-Man tech for this?
No, they don't
movie?
have that.
No
money.
way. No. Or it's a in between. It's some time during when he comes back in '78. Because we know he's in the house. She walks up to the house. It could be the night he gets into town. Because we see him in the morning when she goes up to deliver the key, or to get the key, or whatever she does with the fucking key. We see him in the inside. They show us the inside shot of the back of his head, but he escapes the night before. Maybe it shows him coming into town and finding his house and opening the door and.
Yeah, and it can't be the balcony bump because the balcony bump didn't happen at the Myers place.
No, it didn't. That's what doesn't make sense. They already kind of.
Yeah, so I can't.
But I did think that too. That was one of the 2 things I thought.
That's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. Halloween Kills coming out in October. Halloween Kills.
But can we just please don't do anything stupid? Don't have him driving up to the house and have him have flashback memories and of being a little boy and killing. Like, you don't got to do all that. I don't want to be inside his head and
I
feel
don't
what
think
he's
those are-
feeling.
yeah, I don't think that's something you need to worry about. I just worry about don't change the lore too much because they didn't really change the lore here. With 2018, they're like they're not brother and sister, and that's about it.
Yeah, and they said
He's
this
aggressive.
follows 1, not 2. So brother and sister ain't from 1. But I agree. Don't go back in this 19th one and start changing shit from 1, because then I got a problem. I almost you mentioned the sister thing. I almost glasses push up. Well, actually, somebody on Facebook, because it's like Michael Myers standing there with a picture of Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, have you seen my sister? And I almost, well, actually, technically, canon now, she's not a sister. I didn't do it. I resisted.
Well, actually, it was Jason Voorhees' mother, Pamela.
Guys, it's just Tony Moran.
Whoa!
I almost said that to this lady that I work with who doesn't know me, and like is the one who brought up the haunted house thing. I almost just like in the hallway was like, oh, by the way, it's just Tony Moran, and I'm like, don't say that. You'll get arrested or something. Like, you'll definitely get someone. A file will be made about you at work. Don't say it's just Tony Moran, because then you got to explain the whole. You remember when you told me about the haunted house and Halloween, and I mentioned that Michael Myers is he's my friend, and and then I looked into it more after you'd said that, because I'm like, just nod your head and walk past her. Don't say anything about Halloween.
Turns out your friend, it's just Tony Moran.
It's just Tony Moran. You see, there's one scene like that. I'm not gonna be that guy. Not at work. I can't do it at work.
Was it a teacher?
It's I don't want to.
Okay.
Dox this
It's
person.
like somebody's trying to get to class, and you got fucking Jim. It's just like explaining the mythos.
Nick Castle plays the Shape, about Michael Myers, and at age 23, but he's really 21. They made an error when they made the credits. Michael Myers is actually played by Tony Moran in the scene where he's demasked, but with the mask on, he's the Shape, and therefore, by saying Michael Myers, they imply Tony Moran, and it is just Tony Moran. It's not Nick Castle, writer and director of Major Payne and the singer in Coupe de Villes, who is this John Carpenter and his band. Can you imagine that? And you're like, this is somebody that you've met and exchanged like 12 words with ever, and they're just in the hallway. Just and then it's in 1986's Big Trouble in Little China. Nick Castle, who plays the Shape, sings in the Coupe de Villes. Sings the theme song. It's like, I should have never mentioned anything about Halloween when I saw his wallpaper at work is Michael Myers. That's when you don't talk to that person because they're psychotic. That's me.
Did you say Nick Castle directed Major Payne?
He at least wrote it. I think he directed it too. Or maybe he wrote The Last Starfighter and wrote and directed Major Payne.
Let me look at his directorial work.
It's
The Last Starfighter. That's not. I didn't know this. Major Payne, Dennis the Menace.
Oh God, that was probably after Major Payne, right?
That one wasn't too bad though. No, Dennis was right before Major Payne.
Okay, I was gonna say, when's the last time you saw it?
I remember at the time it was fine, and when I was how old was it? 9. When I was 9 years old, I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's a movie that we have to watch. We're going to the auditorium and we're going to sit Indian style and watch this movie on the projector. You're going to cramp up and be uncomfortable. Your feet are going to fall asleep.
Can't say Indian style anymore.
Oh.
The Boy Who Could Fly? He wrote The Boy Who Could Fly? What?
Who knew this man?
Did you ever see The Boy Who Could Fly?
No. That's why I'm not popping for it.
Oh my God, I haven't even thought about this movie in 25 years.
Look up to 1991. Look what he was credited. Screen Story.
Screen Story.
at least according to IMDb, 1991 screen story credit for Hook.
What?
Steven Spielberg's Hook.
You fucking
Is
kidding
Nick
me?
Castle the most talented man who's ever lived? Like I'm a stunt man, I'm actor, writer, director, musician.
I didn't know he helped
He's a
write Escape
Renaissance.
from New York either.
Amazing stories. Awesome.
Now this is fucking rude. So on his IMDb page, I'm going through it, right? And then I click on Escape from New York, right? Because it says writer. And it's like, John Carpenter probably wrote it with John Carpenter. And you scroll down on the IMDb page, and then there's a little blurb about John Carpenter. It says, John Carpenter, defining Carpenter-esque. And it's a little video to click on. And on one side of the video is John Carpenter. And on the other side is Michael Myers with the fucking weatherman mask. It's the Halloween 4 Michael Myers and this thing with John Carpenter. And if I was him, I'd be like, that ain't mine.
Wow.
That shit out of here.
Surprised he didn't.
But I'm going to be honest. In this shot, the hair isn't all like poofed up. It's from the dream sequence in the beginning where he pulls her under the bed in Halloween 4, and it's just a nightmare. Okay. It's not really him. It's one of those shots, and the hair's like slicked back like it should be, and it looks all right. It doesn't look like Michael the Weatherman. Well, back to you, Michael. Well, it's Halloween in Haddonfield again. I'm going to kill some people on the news. Fucking IMDb.
Man, that's nuts. Nick Castle hasn't really done anything since like 2012, writing-wise, 2006, directing-wise. And he's still playing the Shape, though. He'll fucking suit up for the Shape.
You get a pension, though, don't you? Like, if you put you got so much paid into the Writers Guild and Directors Guild, I would imagine at some point you can draw a pension.
I mean, he's probably good just based off the, Hook money. You're getting that Hook money.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe. We don't know what the extent of that was.
Yeah. Sometimes they get you.
I mean...
Like, shit, I owe them money.
Yeah. I said, I'll give you $5,000. Let me write Hook with you.
Steven.
Please, Steven. Do it for your mother.
I need that. Oh man. Okay. Sorry.
Wrestling. We gotta.
Do we? Yeah. I don't. Well, I do.
Or do you want to talk about the new Terminator trailer and how bad it was?
I've got to get this in first.
Okay.
I saw the Joker today. I'm sorry. I saw
what?
Joker today. Not the Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, I went and saw it this afternoon. I survived the screening. Always a plus. Very controversial movie.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna incite violence and all this shit. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't need that.
Soot begets soot.
I need that in my life. And that was uncalled for by the media, but I mean, it's not good political. I was honestly torn on seeing this one because the director Todd Phillips is kind of a piece of shit. Like
Ooh.
He's one of those super talented but scumbaggy. A lot of allegations is all.
Okay.
There's a lot of allegations. But I couldn't help myself. The movie looked really good, so I went and saw it. And a lot of people like this movie.
Ooh, here it comes. Yeah.
A lot of people like this movie, and it was 2 hours, but 2 hours, and I'm sitting there, the movie's ending. I say, that was one of the best movies I've seen in years.
Why
Todd Phillips.
Why are you gonna do that to me?
I know it's fun to do.
Why are you gonna do that to me?
It's fun to do. Yeah. The movie's not getting high like reviews. I think it's 69. I thought it'd be 80s or something.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody's loving it, but the people who like it really seem to like it. And I think I fall in that camp. It was awesome. It was well shot, well written. Joaquin Phoenix is going to win quite a few awards, I'd imagine. And it was great.
Think about how crazy this could fucking be. He could be the second person to win an Academy Award for playing the Joker. a clown from a Batman comic book
It's comic book clown.
has been portrayed so well in movies that two of those people are going to have won Academy Awards for playing this character. That is fucking insane to me.
Yeah. And he went fucking hard too. He did the skinny thing. He did the Christian Bale.
I saw that in the trailer. God, he looks like he's going to die.
They definitely get it in too. He's like, look, I fucking lost a lot of weight. Every other scene, there's no shirt. You hear me? There's no shirt.
That's not what I want to see.
Yeah, they play. Well, they wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
Disturb you. And yeah.
I don't want to look at it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not. The Joker that we're used to with the cartoons and the books and everything. They did their thing with it. Played with the lore a little bit. There's one sequence that kind of hits around the middle of the film where some stuff comes out, and I'm sitting there thinking all the nerds probably lost their mind at this scene.
In a good or a bad way?
Not really either, but it's a change, and it's like you can't change the lore. Like that's not how it happened.
Oh well, I mean, this whole thing is.
Yeah, but they still actually they still blend it surprisingly well.
Yeah, I heard it it's not as outside of the universe as you think.
Yeah,
it's
just
in
more
Gotham
timeline
City, and Thomas Wayne has a company and that type of thing. But the backstory and the what would you call it? Like the Tonight Show type show thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit's not in the fucking comics. I mean, and they did how many different. These comics have been around for 70 years, 80 years or something. Like, they've done a bunch of different weird origin stories for him.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons it works. It's like, this is just another one of those. Throw it in the pile. It's acceptable. It's fine. But the last half an hour, I was on the edge of my goddamn seat. Because it's been building to this, throughout the whole movie. And it's just and then they present it. They're like, here you go. Here's what you've been waiting for. Here's your main course. And I was like, movies surprisingly don't do that. They set you up here, here it comes, and then the execution, it just kind of shits the bed, or it doesn't happen at all. This one, they build to it, and then they just fucking give it to you, and you just enjoy it slowly. And here's your third act, here's your ending. Enjoy it. And yeah, fucking Joker. Unfortunately, it was Todd Phillips.
And this Joker movie gives me some hope in this sense. It's a critically positive movie, right? It's supposed to be good. Joaquin Phoenix probably going to win awards, right? I've heard nothing but good things from people that have actually seen it and that weren't just. And I'm not saying the people that reviewed it poorly did it all politically, because a lot of it. I didn't really see any political reviews that were legit film reviews and not just I can't believe we're promoting this toxic masculine male man, white man shooting, killing white man, toxic shooting, white violence of men. But actual reviews of the movie don't really focus on that. They're just I just didn't. It felt like this didn't go anywhere, and that could have blah, 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 whatever. My point is, you have a pretty long, right? Would you say, how long did you say it was?
2 hours and 2 minutes.
2 hours and 2 minutes. So not super long by modern day big budget movie standpoint, right? You have a standalone movie about a very, very popular DC character that has nothing to do with all of the dog shit DC movies, and it's good and people enjoy it. This means, at any given moment, you could just make a good Superman movie.
Oh.
And it doesn't have to tie in with anything. It can just be a movie. Things can just be movies.
Exists.
It's sort of undoing all of the phase 19 and the tying together, and this has to lead into that and build to this, and they can just sort of pull that shoelace and go, whoop, nope. We untied it. Hey, we're gonna do a standalone like period 1940s type Superman movie with like old timey Metropolis, and they could just do whatever they want now. And this was a huge success.
Yeah, that's what people are hoping for with this Warner Brothers. They're like, oh shit, maybe we can do some standalone stuff with these other characters. But yeah, getting a nice Superman, that would be nice.
You're not going to beat Marvel. You're not going to outdo the Avengers thing. So just don't do it. You don't have to play that game. You can just make a bunch of cool standalone movies, just like you made a bunch of cool standalone comic book stories.
It's funny because DC with their movies, they always get shit because they're dark and gritty, and Marvel's bright and energetic. And this is still the same shit. It's like, yeah, this movie is as fucking dark and bleak as you can get. But it's supposed to be, and it's not a comic book movie with a weird skin. But yeah, so if they can just kind of like do a genre switch and just like make movies, that'd be fantastic. Because that's what like this character is. Like he's just got personality, and you get to watch and see it develop and where it's going. And there's just some fun things about, not fun things, but mental health. Because oh man, I just really enjoyed it. I just thought it was a good movie. Fuck.
I'm glad you liked it. That's two people I know whose opinions I understand. Like opinions that I've got a lot of data for you and my friend Matt who saw it. I got a lot of data for what you guys like and don't like and why, and the things that we mutually like and don't. And now I got two people whose opinions I know saying they like this movie and it's good. And I would like to see it. I just don't have any money right now.
Yeah, I almost saw it on like the big screen. And I was like, hang on. I don't think this is that kind of movie. I'm going to save the fucking
He saw it on the
$4.
big screen, and he said it was awesome.
I'm sure it was. The big screen's always awesome. I'm like, I'll save the bucks if I can. So yeah, I just wanted to get that in. Wrestling, let's talk some wrestling. I love wrestling.
Yeah, we had two big TV things. It's almost like a reignition of a battle here last week. AEW's show, was it Wednesday Night Dynamite?
Wednesday Night Dynamite.
That debuted on TNT, and then not to be outdone, the WWE's Friday Night SmackDown debuted on Fox.
It's hard to say Friday Night SmackDown.
Well,
it's not natural yet. Not natural.
I don't even know if that's what it's called, though.
Like I think it is.
They might just call it SmackDown. Is it SmackDown Live? It's I don't know what it's called.
Did you watch any of those shows?
I don't have TNT, and I don't have a DVR. We had a show Friday, so I have not gotten to see them.
AEW was the first show. It was good. They need to tweak some things. Jim Ross was surprisingly good. What's his name? Shivani. Surprisingly good.
And there's some nostalgia there too.
Anyway, I was surprised how fucking much they brought it. They have to tweak some things. It's super entertaining. It was probably the best show of the week, maybe. And the matches though, like they have a lot of fun characters, charismatic players, and like the first two matches, one was a Cody match and the other was an Adam Hangman Page match. And I'm like, this isn't how you do it. This isn't how you get people excited and hyped. Cody Rhodes isn't going to do that for anyone. It's like you have your Orange Cassidys and your dick wrestlers and your flip guys, your Kenny Omegas. It's like get somebody out here fast, soon, before they change the channel. Because Cody Rhodes, I'll change the channel on Cody Rhodes. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, you need your high flyers.
Yeah, it's literally that's usually what they remember that.
Yeah,
WCW, boom. Oh, entertainment, and then now we're here's some bullshittery because
TNA would do that too. They had the X division, like we're gonna have these crazy. I'm not saying it was good, but it made me.
But it was a highlight.
I watched it. I watched it more than once to see, like maybe these young flippy guys are gonna entertain me. And then they bring out some old washed up motherfucker, but so they don't have that sort of grab you in the beginning exciting match yet.
They didn't in their first episode at least.
Right.
I wish they would, but yeah, they'll hopefully learn from that. But very good show, and I'm gonna watch that shit every Wednesday.
How would you
Definitely gonna watch
compare
that.
it to like a Raw or a SmackDown of these days, like style wise? Is there a lot of backstage? Is there like a lot of vignettes? How does it compare to what we're used to from the past 30 years of modern
Um,
wrestling TV, I guess?
It was funny because I was switching back and forth to NXT, and the way they're fucking presented, AEW is definitely presented as a more athletic presentation,
Mm-hmm.
which was great. I love that a lot because I would switch to NXT and they're talking about God knows what, while the people in the ring are doing cool shit. You wouldn't even know it. You really wouldn't even know it.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so a little of that WCW. It's like when the Luchadors just do their thing, and you got Mike Tenay. It's like every
What?
match. It's like every match had that passion and excitement and legitimacy. Because if Mike Tenay is calling your fucking Lucha Libre match, it's like he cares, and he's gonna present it like it's legit.
He's going to tell you about all those moves, too. I wonder how many he didn't know and made it up on the spot.
That'd be amazing.
Well, this is the Tijuana Strangler. Now, let me break this down.
He's just out there before Urban Dictionary is even a thing.
So, wait. So, you have Tony Schiavone and Mike Tenay.
That'd be nice.
That's what you're saying?
No, that's what it's like.
Oh, I thought you were saying Mike
the
Tenay
tone.
is there.
No.
I was like,
No,
what?
you're just like, what's the
I got
like,
you.
what's
I
the
got you.
tone like?
Yes.
It's like that.
They treat it like that. I got
Yeah.
you.
Yep. So
I'm like, wait,
helpful.
breaking news. Mike Tenay.
And then SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Welcome to Fox.
Yeah,
he
how was
says.
CM Punk?
I don't think he. I didn't watch it because I was at the Dad Bod show.
Oh.
I saw some streamables
Ooh.
of the highlights. The only real highlight of SmackDown was Cain Velasquez showed up and he beat up Brock a little bit. And
Ooh.
they had a little thing, and it's like, okay, so they're gonna fight. It looks like at the Saudi Arabia show because money.
Wasn't he doing the triple? What was it?
Yeah,
the AAA.
Triple
thing?
A. Yeah, it's been in the the dirt rags, brother. That he's just like, I'm taking meetings with anyone. Like, who wants to pay me? And fucking Scrooge McDuck,
Right.
he opens the vault.
Well,
So-
pal, why don't you come over here? Brock. Why don't you come over here? Let's have a little conversation over
Got
a
a little
turkey
muscle.
sandwich.
People were giving Kane shit because he's not like ripped.
No, he
And
never was.
Wrestling fans are used to ripped.
Yep.
He's got some flab. It's like his flab will kill you.
Yeah, he's got some flat. He's always. It's not. I hope people aren't giving him shit for like not keeping up his physique because he's always pretty much looked like that.
Yeah,
He's just one of
Meltzer
those
is-
dudes. Like he never had like a good physical look. Like a Yoel Romero looks like a fucking action figure. He never looked like that.
Yeah, Meltzer had a comment about how Cain Velasquez probably has better cardio than any wrestler alive.
He probably does. He has insanely good cardio. It's like one of his, when like you're looking at the tail, like not Tales of the Tape, but if he had like a superhero card, like that would be like a 10.
Maxed out. So yeah, I didn't see much of SmackDown. They're gonna try some stuff over there. But they just had their pay-per-view last night. It was Hell in a Cell. Heck in a Sec. And boy, was there controversy. It was a pretty good show. Some good matches.
Controversy.
Controversy at the end. I haven't seen wrestling fans this pissed off in a while. And they
Now,
love getting upset.
Is it
So
real
it's-
controversy or is it like smart mark controversy, like fan controversy? Or, like, is it part of the story that there's controversy?
No,
Okay.
no. It's like, oh, you fucked up your wrestling show so poorly the fans literally turned on you. Because the main event was Seth Rollins against the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, who's super over. He's a fucking monster villain. It's, super cool. And so they do their match, and Seth Rollins just kind of like beats the shit out of him. And
Okay.
spams him with finishers, curb stomp, and the Fiend keeps getting up, and it's like, okay, he's impervious to pain. Okay, interesting. And they keep doing it, and Seth is just keeping on attempting to kill the monster, and it's so difficult for him, and he's hitting him with this, he's hitting him with that, steel steps, chairs and ladders, and whatever the fuck. And he hits him with some more, and the rest like, you watch it, hey, you watch it. You can't be throwing these things at him at the Hell in a Cell match.
What?
And Seth Rollins does it again, and the ref waves the match off. It says, "Ding, ding, ding, we're done here."
What?
And the people lost their minds. Even fans, especially this is Marks know the rules. We're like, there can't be that. There can't be a DQ or ending of a match of a Hell in a Cell. That's the whole purpose of the Hell in a Cell. That's what makes it the Hell in a Cell.
I've complained before when it's not a DQ, it's not a no holds barred anything goes match, but people are bringing in foreign objects and they're getting away with it, and then all of a sudden at the end they ring the bell. Like, why don't you ring the bell right away? That's dumb. Like, there was a WrestleMania 9 match we talked about where it's like, wait a minute, why DQ him there? Like, what? But the way you sell a Hell in a Cell match to the people that are going to watch it is that these two guys are getting locked in that cell until one of them can't stand up anymore and anything goes. And then you're like, oh, but not that much.
Not that.
What? It's the stupidest shit ever. It's not
People
like an accident either.
Refund.
Good. Because it's not like something goes wrong and they have to call an audible. Like, you planned that to be the ending of your match. That is the stupidest shit. How the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What is the?
And here's to make it worse, because you couldn't think it could possibly get worse. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, had to put him on a stretcher.
Just one.
Your monster. You know your supernatural monster. We got to put him on a stretcher.
Yeah, well, it's always a popular image. It's always a popular image, putting Undertaker on a stretcher and just wheeling him away because he got hit with stairs too many times. Not suffocated with chloroform, and then comes back from the dead and comes back out there and kills Giant Gonzalez. Do you want to?
It was a great look.
Why would you? It should be a match where who's the babyface, by the way, in this? Is it Bray Wyatt?
It's supposed to be Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Who's about to get fucking the Roman Reigns treatment. He's going to get booed. He's that guy now.
But it can't. Were they turning him heel? Is that what this was? Like, we know. No. I know how to turn him heel. Let's have this dumbest finish ever, and everyone will turn against them.
No, they're all in on Rollins as the baby face of the company, essentially.
Does he have brain cancer, Vince? Like, what?
I don't know. Welcome to Fox.
I say that in jest. I hope he doesn't.
They haven't even addressed it yet, because I'm watching Monday Night Raw in the background, and we're 2 hours in, and I don't think I've seen them address any of that shit show of a finish. Oh, by the way, and to make matters worse, Jim, because you couldn't think it'd get worse, the match, all of it took place with red lights on. Ooh, spooky red evil lights, which people were complaining about in the venue. Like, here's a picture, here's a view of from my seat, and it's just a nightmare to look through.
It's like nobody knows what they're doing.
Because the cage is also red. It's like this red on red.
And then what if someone got bloody? What if there was color?
Yeah, which he did.
You did, and it's all. There you have a red light and a red cage. This sounds like shit that WCW would let happen in the early 90s. Like, what was that fucking stupid match? Or it was like 94. Remember that match where we joked where Hogan goes out to the ring with the lights on so people can see him?
Oh, yeah.
They had those, like, the cage on top of a cage on top of a cage.
The entrance.
And he's like, let's go do this in the ring, brother, with the lights so people can see me get my shit in. Like, this sounds like that level stupid.
It was.
You have and why would you, if the fans are reacting a certain way, I understand that you don't want to cater to like what they consider a handful of smart marks or whatever. But there's reactions, right? There's people there cheering and booing, and how many times they got to boo Roman Reigns before they're like, yeah, I guess he's not the guy. You know, Vince used to say in the 90s that Shawn Michaels will never, ever, ever be a babyface. He cannot be a babyface, but he just got too over, and he was a babyface, and people loved him. Why do you got to overthink it?
Because he didn't create it. It's got to be my way. The highway. So we'll see. As there's the Wednesday Night Wars rage on. AEW. People were chanting AEW.
Oh, no.
Refund. Oh yeah. That's how the pay-per-view ended. With a black screen and the loudest boos you've heard in a while. It's like, that's how you want to end your fucking pay-per-view.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was awful. So let's plug it up and get out of here. I don't have anything right now, but there's going to be some fun stuff down the way. For now, just follow me on Instagram at Dale Zawada.
Friday, October 25th at One Trick Pony Brewery, which is in Lansing, Illinois. Dad Bod will be playing live. It's our Halloween show. It's the last show we're going to have before Halloween. It's the weekend before Halloween. Come out to One Trick Pony out in Lansing, Illinois. Friday, October 25th. You can go to facebook.com/dadbodlive for updated information on all of our shows and events.
Sweet. That'll do it for episode 92. Thanks for listening. I'm Todd. I'm Joker.
I'm a red cage bathed in red light.